All right. My name is Miguel. I'm the art director for Carnival of the Arts, and I was did this year's piece for the Carnival of the Arts poster, and I just kind of want to walk you guys through what was going on in that thing. Just to kind of kick it off, as I'm going through this, I do all my work on Procreate, really fun program that I started using a few years ago. And I've always wanted to have photos or a drawing or something representative of what our triple stage is at Carnival of the Arts. And that's kind of like where this concept came from. Um, I have known for at least 2 years that I wanted to do a big mandala with each panel of that mandala representing like a different portion of the art flow and music stages that we have at Carnival of the Art. Um, but it was a challenging concept to wrap my head around. But this year I was very much like for sure that's what I was going to do. And as you can see, I was kind of working with like these wood figurines from memory of something I used to use as like a drawing aid when I was a kid. And the one that I had, like I just remembered it having like a really nice, rich wood color and varnish to it, and it had like a really nice sheen. And as I was kind of going through this, I realized, like, you could probably just make wood characters because that's kind of like what Carnival's all about in a way, right? In that regard, the people on stage, the flow performers, the artists and the musicians are the art at Carnival. You know what I mean? They become the subject, and I thought that this would be a nice representation of that. And I knew I wanted to go with this mandala in the background, and everything you guys are seeing here was really like the first few hours of working on it. I'm gonna fast forward a bit just so we get through it, but you could see this was just about where I was at after working on it for maybe 3.5, 4 hours or so. So all the concepts were kind of like here, and I knew what I wanted to do. It was just really about taking that concept to the next level, right? So what I ended up doing was kind of going back and pulling photos from last year's carnival, and there was a few of them that really kind of stood out to me, and I ended up incorporating them into the mandala behind them as well. And I don't know if a lot of people caught that so far, but to kick it off, we have Luke here, badass guitarist in our scene, and he's represented here in a little portion of the mandala with his guitar, and he's repeated in a kaleidoscope way, kind of like how I'll do visuals over there at Carnival of the Arts. And then right here, this artist represents Drew. Drew's actually one of the artists and designers that helped come up with the Carnival of the Arts logo. He gave us some very early on inspiration, and with some line work from my friend Dog, we kind of kaleidoscoped this together and created this Carnival of the Arts logo. So that's a little shout out to Drew from last year, um, who wasn't really covering his eyes. He was just pointing at the camera, but I was taking some artistic liberty here. And then right here, of course, is our very own Rachel Green. She's one of our flow performers, but you guys should definitely hear her sing sometime. And there she is, as a little repeated flow performer in true kaleidoscope fashion, repeated, regenerated. And then, of course, last but not least, we have Brenda right there, our little Brenda. So it was fun in itself, kind of creating a few little impressionistic pieces that I wanted to kind of have be subtle, but still, obviously that they're in there. I know it was really hard to see on the digital print, but I got to tell you, on the posters I've seen so far, they've looked beautiful. There's a few other little, hidden things here that I also wanted to point out to you, if you didn't catch these yet. So there's 7 of these little wood characters right here, and the reason that there's 7 of them is because this is the 7th carnival that we've ever thrown. The 7th character here is not in the kaleidoscope. That's actually for me. That's the MC, and always kind of standing behind the curtains with my little security radio, the Baofeng 888S for those of you in the know. Um, but there's some other details that I hid in there in case you guys didn't see them. I got a juggling pin, of course, for our flow team. I added a little clown nose. If you've ever been around any of our promo events or Brian Borkin, you've probably received your own clown nose. And this is a camera for Carl McWhirter. And of course, I had a reflection of the wood character reflected in the lens of the camera. I have a fuel can for our fire performers. I have a set of DJ headsets for our good friends at Dub Snacks and really all the EDM artists that have come and joined us at Carnival of the Arts. Kind of doing things a little differently, but it's how we used to do things back when I used to just attend these events. We'd always mix EDM music and jam. And then we got the cat ears. Anytime you've ever been to a Mum's the Word show or seen Jenny on stage, you know that you wouldn't be complete without your very own cat ears. I hit a little hat here for Magic Mike and Magic in general at the carnival. Something that it's always fun when we have it. Over here, I added a boa just for fun. This is a firecracker for Brian Stent's Elevated Explosions that lights up the sky every year on Sunday night at Carnival of the Arts. After we announced her, I threw in there Natalie Brooks' Keytar. This poi balls are for Tiggs. I think I'm still holding on to his poi balls from the first year Carnival. This is a mallet that Jason Ween made for a Carnival game that we have yet to unveil, but I think this year is going to be the year. Masquerade mask for Sunday night. We're gonna have a big contest this year, cash prize and everything like that. I hid my little paisley pants that I wore last year on stage at Carnival of the Arts, and of course a lemon for the lemonade stand from the kids zone last year. I thought that was really cute and definitely one of my favorite photos from Carnival was that lemonade stand for sure. The last thing I hid in here was our Spring and Buster peace sign. Always at a counterclockwise 30-degree angle, never straight up and down. And that's just a throwback to my security team. It's just the idea that peace is something that we always have to strive for. It's never perfect, and it's something that we just have to keep working at. And that's really what all the gears are. When you look at all the gears that I added into the Carnival of the Arts, because there's so many of us that come together to put this event on, that it really does feel like clockwork a lot of times, but it's definitely a lot of hard work and spirit. So I really thank everyone that helps us out to put this on every year, and everyone else that comes out to appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you out this year.